On this episode at Glenn's Speed Shop, I'm going to show you how I put decals on. Coming up. Good day, YouTubes. November 2nd, 2020. Tomorrow's election day. Hope everybody's got their voting all completed by now. Or getting her done today. Last day, I guess. I'm going to do a quick video on how I put decals on. I started putting decals on service vans back when I was 16 years old. So 40 years ago, I was putting decals on vehicles that were would take up the entire side of the vehicle, our company logo and lettering and all that stuff. So I kind of learned how to do it. Probably a little differently than others have, but it's worked out very good for me. So this is maybe not a how-to video, but I'm going to show you how I do it video. So take that as you will, and let's get started. This is my 2002 Honda Reflex project scooter. Bought it, was kind of a beater, and we're kind of took it apart, took the body off, repainted it, going back together. I looked into what the factory decals would cost, and quite honestly, they'll cost more than I paid for the whole scooter, and I'm not doing it. Trying to keep the cost down on this thing. What there was a Honda decal that went right there. On the side panels, which are not installed yet, kind of waiting on some parts, there was a Reflex decal there, and it said Honda below it. Then there was one on the rear back there, it just said Honda. So for now, I just got some inexpensive Honda decals. They're not the ones that are correct for the scooter, but they are, they say Honda, and they're black, which this is going to be yellow with black accents and so forth. So I'm going to show you how to I'm going to show you how I put the decal on the front. So right off the bat, you're going to want this thing to be centered, right? So maybe one of the more critical things about putting decals on is figuring out where in the heck you're going to put them. So on this particular application, you can see I have a small pencil line here and here, depicting center of the front there. Okay? Now we're going to use this smaller decal, which I have taken the time to trim it down to just above the letters. These are individual letters. There's no background. There's no foreground. They are 5 individual letters. So when this peels off, try to show you, it has a clear on the outside, and when it peels off, you can see that's the letter. So what we need to do is be able to put this on so it's straight and square by taping it. So we have a mark at center line, which would be halfway through the N in the middle of Honda. So that's the center. What I'd like to do is be able to tape it on from the N to the A, and then take this side and peel the back off of it and stick it. That will keep the thing straight and square. To do that, I have to split this here. Alright, actually I'm going to split it here because I've already marked it. I want to split it between the letters. I want to be able to cut the back, the paper on the back, so that I can split the back off of this with half of this decal taped to the bike so that I don't lose my level. So once I put it on there, I tape it on there, it's not going anywhere. Okay, so you could split it down the center, but you run the risk of cutting through the thin vinyl. So I would like to cut it between the letters where I don't have that issue. So a flashlight can be helpful if you're trying to see the lettering through. Okay. I have done that. I've made a small mark with a pen right there, which is between the letters. Okay. That's so that I can cut this without risking the vinyl decal itself. So hopefully a sharp knife. And we're trying to split it. We're going to double check, see if I've gotten through it. That could have been just a tad sharper, I think. A tad sharper. Yeah, I could have changed that blade. Doggone it. Hey. But I didn't. I didn't change the blade. Now I'm paying for it. Oh my goodness. Talk about being prepared. I could have changed the blade. That one doesn't look any better. All I could do is ruin it. Don't make me start over. Oh my goodness. Okay, I wasn't very well prepared with a good sharp blade, so we're starting over. This is a different decal. This is a knife with a new blade in it. Let's cut this paper properly. Like that. Alright, we got it. Okay, that's how I intended it. Forget all that other stuff happened. Okay, it's time to put the decal on. It's kind of important to cut as square as we can, having the same distance above the letter to the edge of the paper. Otherwise, it's going to play tricks on your brain. You're going to think it's crooked, and you'll install it crooked. Okay. So our N is the center letter. We're going to center that. I put some tape up here so I can grab it quickly. We're going to look at the distance between the letter on the far right at the end of the plastic and make sure that's as even as possible. Okay. You can do it with a tape measure, you can do it with a ruler, you can do it with some tape and a pencil. Up to you. I'm going to move it slightly left. Right about there. Check it, double check it, like it. And now let's tape both ends. Okay. Alright. Our cut is here, okay? Now, this is just sitting here, by the way. I know it's floppy. So we are going to tape this piece on from the cut. I'm actually going to go over the cut just slightly to the right. This is going to keep the rest of it straight and square. Okay? Like that. Okay? Press that down real good. Okay? If this was a wide, big decal, you'd be doing this at a bigger scale. You'd want like a flat squeegee. We're going to be able to push this in with my thumb. Okay? Here's the next step. We're going to peel this tape off. We're going to pull this back. We're going to pull the backing off of it. Holding it in one hand, I'm going to push it across with my thumb to keep the air out. Alright? It's just going to lay it down just like that. Okay. We're going to pull it back, peel the backing, we're going to lay it down with our thumb. Keeps the air out. Okay. Now we simply pull the rest of the tape. Be careful at this point. We're going to peel this back. We're going to pull the backing just like we did the other side. Okay. Stick my finger in there so nothing bad happens. And just like the other side, we're going to use our thumb and lay this down, keeping the air out. Alright? I'm going to rub it vigorously, kind of warming it up. And there's no air behind this. Now we're going to peel the clear off of it. We're going to come all the way back 180 degrees so it doesn't try to peel that decal up. Okay? So, very tight corner here all the way back. It's pretty sticky stuff there. Tried to peel. It's a little cool out in my shop today. I got heaters running, but and there we go. Take my pencil marks off. Take my tape away. We have a Honda decal. There's no air behind it. It looks good. Nice and centered. And we got it. Alright, gang. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Please hit the thumbs up on your way out the door, and we'll do this again real soon.